This morning on The Dish, Cole, featuring Chef Santiago Lastra, GQ UK's Chef of the Year for 2021. Lastra creates Mexican food without traditional Mexican ingredients. Eating at England's only Michelin star Mexican restaurant is an experience like no other, as we found out on a recent trip across the pond. When you first found out that you were becoming the first Mexican restaurant ever in England to have a Michelin star, what was your reaction?
Well, I was really proud.
Santiago Lastra's origin story doesn't begin the way it does for many internationally famous Michelin chefs.
I didn't really have this beautiful story of like my grandmother was rolling pasta while I was underneath the table kind of thing. You know?
You were eating fast food.
I was eating fast food.
At the age of 15, Lastra bought a box of Ritz crackers at the supermarket and made a crab dip recipe that was featured on the box. He has never looked back. Lastra began traveling the world to learn and cook, including time at high-end restaurants in Spain, Russia, and Denmark, until he got an idea on the beach in Mexico, an hour and a half south of Cancun. Col means cabbage.
Yeah.
Why name it that?
So col, it means cabbage with a C. And what we want is to represent that things that are undervalued can be special if you put them in the right contexts. Like Mexican food and Mexican culture and British ingredients.
At Cole, all fresh ingredients must come from the United Kingdom, not Mexico. Meaning, for example, no limes, avocados, or mangoes. Dinner is either a 6 or 9 course tasting, and most cooking is done in the middle of the restaurant, so chefs can see every diner, and vice versa. There's a transparency on both sides.
Exactly.
They see who they're cooking for, and you see them cooking.
Exactly. You also can see there's no microwave, you know? We try to make dishes that are not 100% spontaneous. So it needs to have a story. It needs to have a specific ingredients. It needs to have a specific flavor, a specific look as well. Like I want the people to know that it's from Col.
Our presentation began with niquatole, a custard made with corn masa. Traditionally from the south of Mexico, Lastra's given it a British spin, using apple juice and lovage with a little bit of chili, almond milk, and caviar from Cornwall. Your dishes have the heat, the spice to it.
Yes. Yeah, so we work quite a lot on spice. We don't use, for example, pepper to dress things with salt and pepper. We only use salt, and then the pepper or like the dressing are the chilies. So the chilies will give you heat, but it also will give you seasoning.
Lastra showed us his take on ceviche, called agua chile, made with squid and rhubarb.
So in the bottom is this paste that is made with pumpkin seeds, and it's a type of seaweed called kelp. So then the idea of the aguachile is that you have this liquid, and then when everything gets mixed together, it becomes like a cold soup.
It's incredible. I've never had anything even remotely close to something like this.
Me either. No, like seriously, yeah.
But that's the idea.
Yeah.
The signature dish at Cole is langoustine tacos, roasted with garlic and smoked chilies, and served on a sourdough tortilla with sauerkraut and sea buckthorn.
And the head is being compressed with the juice of the berry. So the idea is you can squeeze it as a lime.
I squeeze the head.
Yeah. So as it would be a piece of lime, you know? And also it has all the flavor of the langoustine, you know?
I'm sold on this version of a lime.
Yeah, they just go for it.
That's amazing.
So this is inspired in these lobster tacos that you can have in Ensenada, in Baja California.
The smoky char that you taste, where does that come from?
That is from the heads, because we grill them in the chimney.
Our next plate was a one-of-a-kind tostada. Instead of meat, Lastra uses beets from Oxfordshire, salt, baked and dressed with fermented gooseberries and walnut oil, and underneath, an emulsion made with arbol chili.
And then the beetroot is not spicy, but then the emulsion is really spicy. So
But not too
balance.
spicy.
Yeah, exactly. So then that allows you to like keep eating more.
Which was a good thing because we weren't quite done yet. There was still dessert. First up, a palate cleanser of sorts, sorrel and jalapeno sorbet with mezcal and a pinch of salt, inspired by Lastra's childhood in Mexico, where all treats come with a kick.
I remember when I just moved to Europe, it was so unusual for me to see candies without chili. It's like, what are you guys doing here? Like, how you guys get joy of your life when you're kids? Like, in Mexico,
Without chilies, without spicy
without
food.
Sweating.
Yeah,
Like,
without sweating.
Yeah, in Mexico, you're a child. You're like with your friends, just like everyone is just sweating.
I'm
eating
sweating right now. I'm
chips.
starting to sweat right now.
Dessert number 2, a flan with British mascarpone and rye. And finally, buñuelos, fried dough covered in ancho chili sugar, served with Tunworth ice cream with walnut oil and a gel made once again of sea buckthorn.
The idea of the dessert was to think about a cheese board, a British cheese board. And then the idea is that you can break this, like this, take one piece, and then you take a little bit of that, a little bit of the ice cream, and spread it in the buñuelo.
Your version of a cheese plate.
Yes, exactly. So that will be the cracker, and this will be the cheese, and sometimes you have like jam with the cheese, you know. And if you close your eyes, it should remind you to eating like a cheese board, you know.
It does.
Right?
Oh my gosh. It totally does.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
You look so surprised.
Cheers.
Like he wouldn't deliver what he.
I love him.
He certainly does
totally
deliver. I mean,
delivers.
inventiveness, the way he's able to meld these.
Unbel-
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, my
The
friend.
house margarita from Cole.
Love it.
Santiago Lastra, unbelievable stuff he's doing. So congratulations.
And
I tried to
beautiful.
book. He's booked till July.
I'll just
You
talk.
hook me up?
We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
You're that Jeff.